Welcome, language learners from all around the globe, to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called Baked Boat Race. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever thought you've seen it all, think again. Step aside Wimbledon, move over the Grand National. There's a new kid on the British sporting block, and it's muddier, messier, and absolutely marvellous. Allow me to introduce you to the wacky, watery world of the Yorkshire Pudding Boat Race, where gravy meets gravity in a daring display of culinary creativity. Set against the backdrop of picturesque Brawby, a small village nestled in the heart of North Yorkshire, the Yorkshire Pudding Boat Race is a spectacle unlike any other. The concept was conceived by Simon Thackeray while he gazed out of a window of his neighbourhood pub during a sunny Sunday afternoon in the early 1990s. As he watched waitresses carrying plates filled with roast beef and Yorkshire puddings, he pondered the notion of voyaging down the river in a colossal boat made from Yorkshire pudding. Just like the tale of Jack and the Beanstalk, this initial idea began to expand into something far more significant. Forget rowboats, kayaks, or even inflatable rafts. This race features vessels created entirely from Yorkshire puddings. If you're wondering what a Yorkshire pudding is, it's a traditional English dish made from batter consisting of eggs, flour, and milk. It's typically baked in the oven and served as part of a roast dinner. But in the case of the Yorkshire Pudding Boat Race, these fluffy baked delights take on a whole new role as buoyant boats. The rules of this riveting race are delightfully simple. Contestants must construct their Yorkshire pudding vessels and take to the water, where the true challenge begins. With gravity as their constant companion and waves on the mighty river they traverse, competitors paddle, splash, and maneuver their boats along a course. The spectacle is made even more entertaining by the inventive boat designs, from Viking longships to pirate galleons and whimsical floating castles. The Yorkshire Pudding Boat Race are as diverse and creative as the participants themselves. is a perfect marriage of culinary ingenuity and nautical adventure. As with any great sporting event, spectators gather in droves to cheer on their favourite pudding captains. Families and friends line the riverbanks, armed with cameras to capture the unforgettable moments when, inevitably, some boats begin to crumble. While the race is all in good fun, the competitive spirit runs high, with a few spills and splashes are par for the course. What's truly heartwarming about the Yorkshire Pudding Boat Race is its sense of community. This quirky event isn't just about laughter and light-hearted competition. It's a fundraiser for local charities. Over the years, it has raised significant sums, all while keeping the spirit of the Yorkshire pudding alive. Imagine the sight of competitors navigating their boats around bends, avoiding obstacles, and perhaps even swapping tales of the treacherous tides and challenging currents they've encountered. Is all part of the charm, as is the triumphant feeling of reaching the finish line with your pudding boat still intact. So if you find yourself in North Yorkshire and happen to spot a crowd gathered near the riverbank with fluffy floating vessels, you're not dreaming. You've stumbled upon the Yorkshire Pudding Boat Race, a truly British fusion of culinary delight, creative competition, and charitable generosity. A race where you can have your pudding and sail it too. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more! If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.